Let me start by saying this. If you're stuck on building your portfolio, it's probably not because you don't know social media. It's usually because you don't know where to start. And when people say build fake portfolios or build fake projects, I call it spec project, and I'm going to be talking more about the spec project soon. They make it sound very simple, like it's just something you do one random afternoon. But the truth is, the hardest part of building a portfolio is not the design, it is not the captions, it's not even the strategy. It is choosing the right brands. Because once you choose the wrong brands for your portfolio, everything else becomes forced. Like everything else you put in that portfolio will start feeling like you're forcing it to fit in the portfolio. And if you've been sitting there, you've been staring at your laptop screen and you're thinking, I don't know what brand to use in my proposed fake project, or I don't know if this makes sense, or I don't know if I'm doing this right. I just want you to know that I'm here to help you. You are not slow. You are not confused. Trust me, I've been there. You just haven't been taught how to think about this properly. So let's talk about it, and we're going to talk about it slowly. Before we even get into the actual how, let me introduce myself properly. If you're new here, hi, my name is Omobalaji Ajibari. I am your social media manager's favorite social media manager, and I want you to know something. I have been exactly where you are. I have had moments when I opened my laptop ready to build something, and then I just froze because I didn't want to do it wrong. I didn't want to pick the wrong brand. I didn't want my work to look stupid. I didn't want someone to look at my portfolio and think, oh, this girl doesn't know what she's doing. Trust me, I've been there. It wasn't because I was confused. It was just because I did not know, or I wasn't told how to do it. So if that fear is sitting with you right now, you're in the right place, and this video is for you. Now, let's start with what a spec project really is. A lot of people say it's a mock project or fake project. I call it spec project starting this year. So identify it as a spec project. So let's clear it up, because a lot of confusion always starts around here. A spec project is not a fake project. And I really need you to hear that. It is not a fake project. A fake project is you lying. You're not lying. It's not you pretending. You are creating a spec project so you don't have to lie on your portfolio. That's what we're doing. It's not you trying to pretend that you've managed this brand. It's not you trying to deceive anyone. A spec project is you practicing out loud. Is you saying, if I were hired by this brand, this is how I would approach their social media. That's all it's saying. So you're not selling a lie, you are selling your thinking. And honestly, thinking is what clients actually do pay for. Now, a lot of people don't think about this, but the brand you choose to include in your spec project matters more than you think. I know a lot of people don't put so much thought into it. A lot of people just put Rode, they use Fenty, they use big brands, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. A lot of people don't put so much thought into it, that the brand you choose controls the story that your portfolio actually tells. Before anybody even looks at your work, they look at the brand name, and subconsciously they decide if your work makes sense for that brand. I do that also when I look at people's portfolios. So if there is a mismatch between your work and the brand that you've chosen for your spec project, even if your portfolio is very good, the most aesthetically pleasing portfolio, it would suffer. This is why somebody can be so talented and still not get callbacks for interview or for jobs or for working with brands. It's not always the work, it is the framing. So let's talk about why most people start with the wrong brand. Like, where does it usually go wrong? And this is the pattern that I see all the time. Somebody decides to become a social media manager. They are pretty excited. They want to impress people. So they think to themselves, let me choose a big brand so I look serious. And I understand that instinct. I really do. I've been there. But the problem is when you do that, you accidentally create doubt. Because anyone who understands the industry knows how these brands operate. They know that there are teams, they know that there are budgets, they know that there are layers to it. So when they see a beginner portfolio built around global brands, it doesn't feel aspirational. It feels disconnected. So the question that should guide your brand choices, and I want you to sit with this one question. Anytime I'm asking someone with their portfolio, I always ask them this: would this brand realistically hire you right now? Not later. Like when they see your portfolio, will they hire you right now? Not later, not after more experience, not in a perfect world, right now. If the answer is no, that doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means that the brand choice is wrong for the story you are telling in your portfolio. A lot of people might not want to hear this, but I'm going to tell you either ways. You don't need to look big. You need to look ready. Yeah. A lot of you are trying to look big instead of looking ready. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They think their portfolio has to look impressive, but impressive to who? Clients and employers are not looking for hype. They are looking for clarity, and that's what they look for in your portfolio. They want to feel like this person understands businesses like mine. And safety always comes from familiarity, and that's why realistic brands actually matter. And those are the type of brands you should put in your portfolio, not the big brands that definitely have like teams behind them. Let's change the way you approach spec projects in your portfolio when you don't have like experience. This is what I call spec projects. If you're joining at this point, spec projects are what most people call fake projects or fake portfolio or mock portfolio, but I call them spec projects. So instead of thinking, what brand do I want to work with? I want you to start thinking, what brand needs help in areas that I understand? And that's one shift would change everything for you. Now, you would stop chasing brands and you start identifying problem. Social media managers are problem solvers, or people that bring solutions when brands have problems. So if you start asking yourself questions like, oh, what brand needs help in areas that I understand? When you already identify the areas that you understand, you'll be able to see the brands that actually need help. And those are the brands that you can add to your spec project. Now, let's talk about scrolling with intention and not inspiration. Let me explain what I mean by that. When I scroll on Instagram now, I don't scroll the way I used to. I always notice patterns. I notice brands that post because they feel like they should, not because they know what they are doing. I notice accounts where the caption says nothing. I notice accounts where the visuals don't match the message, where there is effort but there's no direction. Those are not bad brands. Those are opportunities, and those are the brands that you need to include in your spec project. And I always advise social media managers that are just starting. Small brands are actually the strength of your portfolio. I know some of you will feel embarrassed using small brands in your portfolio. You feel like, oh, I'm not there yet. But let me tell you something. Small brands are actually honest. They reflect real life. And when somebody looks at your portfolio and they see brands that feel attainable, it makes them trust you more. And trust beats impressing people every single time. I hope you're listening to me. Now, I also want to talk about online businesses and personal brands for a quick second. These are powerful portfolio choices because they are human, they have voices, they have stories, they have inconsistencies. Like most personal brands and online businesses have inconsistencies, and that gives you room to show how you'd bring structure and clarity without massive budgets or teams. And that's the real social media work. And that's why you should include or look for more personal brand or online businesses to include in your spec project. Now, I always tell social media managers, pause before committing to a brand. And this is really important because just because you find a brand doesn't mean you should use it immediately. Sit with it. Digest it, look at their content, Read their captions, click on their website, ask yourself this question. Can I improve this in a way that actually makes sense? If yes, that's your sign. If no, keep moving and find another brand. Your portfolio does not have to be big. Let me say this clearly again. Your portfolio does not have to be big. It has to be said. More projects do not equal a better portfolio. Clear projects, they actually do. If you have 3 well thought out spec projects, it can carry you further than 10 rushed ones in your portfolio. I need you as a social media manager to start realizing that depth shows maturity. When you dive deep into what you did for this particular brand, instead of putting like 10 brands in your portfolio, it shows that you've grown with that brand. You've sat with it, you've observed it, you've spotted those strengths, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threats. Depth shows maturity. Let's talk about honesty for a second. A lot of people lie in their portfolio. Never ever lie in your portfolio. You don't need to. Just say it's a spec project. Don't say you've managed the brand. Just say it's a concept, or explain your thinking. You don't have experience yet. People respect honesty more than fake experience. A lot of you are trying to fake experience to get a job, but I can tell you can't fake professionalism even after you get the job. Because some jobs, you cannot learn on it. It's fast-paced, especially when you're working with a startup or with a SaaS brand or tech brand. Let me leave you with this. Your portfolio is not about proving that you're perfect. It is about showing that you are thoughtful. When your brand choices make sense, the work in your portfolio, they start to make sense too. And once that happens, confidence follows. You start being confident. I'm going to be talking more about portfolios going forward in subsequent videos, and I hope you learn from it. I'm also going to be giving you a template that would help at the end of this portfolio series. And if this video has helped you, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and send it to someone who's struggling with their portfolio right now. And if you want me to walk you through building spec projects step by step, I'm dropping that in the next video. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you turn on notifications so you don't miss out on it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.